Well, we're not there yet. Give us just a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
We're late. I know.
We're late by what, 1 minute?
Almost
Guys,
2.
I was 15 minutes ago tying up tomatoes. I mean, so I'm rushing in here.
And we've been kind of looking at the chat for a couple of minutes, and we've got people from everywhere. All over the globe.
Yeah.
And they've got their snacks and their popcorn, and hey, I've got, where am I at? Right here. I've got my drink. I'm not drinking something hot today. I'm drinking something cold because I was fixing to go fix something hot, and Danny says, I don't think you want to do that. I don't think you need to do that
because it's like 80-something degrees in our house here right now.
Yeah. So, y'all, this is from Scott. Well, Donna helped, but Scott, thank you. I got a Ninja this week, and y'all, I'm liking this thing.
She's really liking the Ninja now.
I've used it several times to make drinks, and this is almond milk with a touch of apple juice in it. Then I added some frozen blueberry juice, and what else did I put in there? Oh, some Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip, just because. And today I used it for making these cookies. It crushes up pecans really well. I made sweet potato dessert. Y'all, this thing's endless, and it takes no time. I didn't know I would even like a Ninja. I'm in love. Thank you, Scott. And
hello, Ms. Jennifer. And I'm just sitting here drinking plain water. I don't get the luxury stuff. I just drink water.
He's got his pecans.
But I have my pecans. And you know what else? Let me tell you something. Tell you what, me and Ms. Wanda, this is what we do on a daily basis now. We
do a lot of stuff.
But you see this right here? This is just one of the things right here.
We have trouble with this.
that we do, this dyslexic, because this thing is like backwards. This is what we pick every morning. And this is not all of them. I mean,
I've been juicing them with the juicer steamer. And today, when I got through juicing some of them, I put them in my little Pampered Chef. I don't even know if they carry it right now, but it's Pampered Chef. It's to freeze herbs in. I used to make mini ice cubes, and I took 2 of the blueberry out a while ago, dropped them in this milkshake, and y'all, it gives it a blueberry flavor without the seeds and stuff in it. It's awesome. I love the juicer steamer too. Thank you, B Lady. She sent that to me, what, 4 years ago?
Yes.
And it's been a very good investment. So I love the juicer steamer.
Yeah.
And now I'm not doing advertisement, guys. I'm just telling you.
No, she's not. I mean, we're not.
We're very thankful.
We're thankful.
These things, this Ninja is making my day big time. I'm just, if ever was anything made me happy, this did, didn't it?
This just made her happy. I mean, you know what? Danny, how many acres should you have for 2 Dexter cows? For 2 Dexter cows, I would have 2 acres. I mean, they say a half an acre for a Dexter, but one thing I have learned, you might as well have an acre for every Dexter.
Yeah. They eat a lot. You don't think they do. Oh, I've got pictures, but now I got to see if I can find our Dexters. I may mess up and get the wrong thing because I mean, there.
Look at there.
There's Miss Minnie.
Look at Miss Minnie. She was born to Miss Daisy here a few weeks ago, and look at her. She's just as gentle and just like a big old baby. She's already learned the routine of all the cows.
And she was eating on the corn you gave them today. She's nibbling on it.
She's nibbling on it. She was in the hay a while ago, eating in the hay.
I mean, she's a big girl already. And then this is Miss
Candy.
Candy with Dolly, her mom.
Look at the size that Candy is already at. She's doggone near as big as her mama.
She was born just before Christmas, and y'all, she is getting to be a big baby girl. She's something. So they really are getting to be huge. And here's Dixie and
Dexter. Dexter just wants me to pet him. He's up there at the fence with his head up against the fence, just wanting me to sit there and rub him on the back. That's all he wants, is just to be babied.
Yeah. So Danny fed them corn today, and as long as he had it in his hands, they would eat it. When he'd throw it on the ground, they wouldn't touch it.
That's right.
They'd just walk off.
Yeah, everybody says it's buffering bad. It probably is. We got some bad weather coming in, and it seems like every Saturday night we have weather.
Yeah, it's flashing in and out. I'm sorry, guys. Um, we may just have to talk, and y'all may have to come back in and watch it later.
Yeah, we just keep going. Anyway, just keep posting whether we, Wanda's new normal. Laugh out loud. Yeah.
Yeah, it's staying red. So what we'll do is we will talk. We will just watch the chat. You guys chat, and y'all can pop back and watch it later, because once it comes back in afterward, it should be normal and you can watch it like regular.
There's
like
4 kids in a farm. They said they love some Dexter cows. We love ours. They are literally the best cow we've ever found for our homestead.
Yes. And y'all, we have to mention this. Y'all check out in the description all the channels that are in the Sunflower
Showdown.
Yes. Now, we are not growing the gigantic seed sunflowers because, well, we might.
Yeah, we're just.
Danny's debating.
I'm debating. Yeah.
Wanda planted the autumn beauties. I just thought they were gorgeous, and here the wind catches a lot of the big flowers. So I planted the autumn beauties. I didn't pay much attention to 4 kids in the farm at the end when he said giant sunflowers. I was thinking we could plant any sunflowers we wanted, and mine is Hoss Tools. And Hoss Tools getting an awful lot of recognition, but his seeds does do pretty good.
His seed has worked out. Well, let me just say this. Wanda and I have been married 7 years, and out of the 7 years we've been married, the first 2 years we did pretty good on squash. After that, the next 5 years, we have not been able to raise a squash for nothing. This year, we switched over to Hoss Tools Gold Prize Straight Neck Squash. Guys, I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's the squash. All I know is they are producing abundantly.
Beth wants to know, is it too late to plant in her zone but her husband is doing chemo?
No, it's not too late. No.
Because we're fixing to plant peas.
We're fixing to start planting peas and all other kind of stuff. I mean, no, it's not too late.
We're going to tell y'all the name of the greenhouse shortly, and we're going to talk about the new project. But we wanted to kind of get a few other things out of the way first. And one of them was the Sunflower Showdown. All these guys, I'm probably the only girl in there, right?
Yeah, you're probably the only woman in there, yeah.
And I had to be...
I didn't even know nothing about it until she told me.
Well, Wes from Naked Hog sent me a message and said, would you like to grow sunflowers in a collaboration, okay? And I said, sure, because I was planting sunflowers anyway, right, Adler Farms? And Adler Farms done throwed up a white flag. They done said
they done surrendered. They done surrendered.
They surrendered today, so we're good. We done knocked one out already.
Okay.
But we didn't talk about it. I just said yes, and then when 4 kids in the farm sent me the message, I sent back, yeah, we'll do this. And I went over and watched the first part of his video. I did not stay to the very end because I got busy. And so today we sat down and watched everybody's videos, and we were laughing. It is so much funny. But I wasn't going to put my video up till tomorrow until I saw Hoss Tools. Now, Travis from Hoss Tools put his video up sometime this morning.
Yeah.
And once I saw Travis's, I'm like, nope, done. Got to put that video up. So this woman had to get in the middle of all that. I just thought it was funny.
Actually, I went out and looked at one of the sunflowers this afternoon after that intense sun today. Guys, they're already up like this tall. They're like 8 inches tall.
Come on, Adler.
They're just like 8 inches tall today.
See all these muscle men?
Yeah.
They backing off.
These things are kicking it and getting it. And I'm going to, Wanda told me about it later. I'm going to go in and probably give it a little magic touch. There's a few things about sunflowers that
Jackie,
that people probably
Hoss
don't know.
Tools said that they hoped we weren't planting in the greenhouse. 2 of them are in the greenhouse.
we have 2 in the greenhouse. Yeah.
We're gonna see Danny's little magic works on sunflowers. I think it was funny. I just thought, you know, Danny and I talked about it yesterday, and I sat down and did the video yesterday. Wasn't it yesterday? Yeah. Or day before.
Adler Farm says, we welcome you, Miss Wanda.
I want to see some of these women now. All these guys are doing the videos, and none of them show their wives or anything. Some of them may not have wives. I don't know. But I was thinking, okay, I know Angie can get in the middle of it. So I want Angie to get in there from Naked Hog. I want to see how she does. She's going to have to plan her own just so I can see that she outdoes Wes.
They're asking what brand of overalls these is. The only brand I wear is Roundhouse. They are American-made overalls. They're high back. I like the high back because the straps, the gallops stay close around your neck up here on both sides right here. They're not hanging off on your shoulders like that. I like that. And you can get them at 8 ounce or 12 ounce, either one.
Yeah, I do have, I think in the cabin wish list, I think I put some of his overalls in there because it's the way I can click on there and go to them. But you can click on that and go to it and find your size and order yours. But you don't have to order off my wish list. That ain't what I'm saying. But that's the way I know how to find them. And I have his size marked. But if you're looking, you can type in, I think, Roundhouse. But you have to be careful.
Yeah, you have to be. Depends on when you buy them. Some of them have button-up flies. Some of them have zip-up flies.
And they don't advertise as zipper flies.
They don't advertise as zipper flies.
You have to ask for it.
Yep.
But what I was going to say, on Amazon, you have to be careful because I checked this out. The first time I ordered, the company was really, really good, but it was not Roundhouse. It was a second party, and I paid more for them by not going through Roundhouse. If you go straight to the factory, to the Roundhouse factory, that's what I like. So I've got mine flagged, I think, where I can go to the Roundhouse flag. I know I went and watched the video. I love how they make them.
Yeah.
So.
Women here, but our 8-year-old started the sunflowers at our farm.
So Walker Farm is going to be in. They're doing. See, there's several of us together that started this, but we're inviting everybody to grow sunflowers and send pictures of what you've got going and stuff. We want to see what everybody's growing. It's an adult growing competition. Usually there's kids all the time growing something like the biggest pumpkin or the biggest watermelon or whatever, or an adult competition where Danny grows the tallest cucumber.
They don't. Angie says, Angela says, ladies overalls. Got a question mark. So
I don't
know if does Roundhouse have ladies overalls.
I really don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know what the difference is, but.
Yeah.
Maybe the gallop's button different. I don't know. I mean, you know.
Yeah. So that I don't.
Maybe they have a fly in the back where you undo them.
No.
Who knows?
No.
Oh, who knows?
I wear Danny's. Danny and I can wear the same size, so that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I can put his overalls on anytime I want. I have worn them quite a bit.
Firefly, I don't know if they sell ladies' overalls or not. I've never tried to buy a ladies' overall, so I don't know.
I just wear his if I want some, so I'm not sure. I guess I'll have to check it out and see. Okay, let's see what else I got going on here. No. Oh, Pampered Shelf. Wanda's having a Pampered Shelf party over on Facebook. And a lot of them have said something about they don't do Facebook. I did a video on Crazy Days about my party. I'm going to do something Monday, Tuesday, somewhere along in there on Crazy Days for those that are not on Facebook, because not everybody is on Facebook. So I'm hoping to put together something in my head, how to explain what's going on and show a few of the products I have and how I like to use them. Because Pampered Shelf is quality stuff. Made in America. Well, is it all made in America? I don't know.
Ask me. I don't know nothing about Pampered Shelf. I'm not a kitchen person.
I won't say that because probably half of it ain't made in America. I've got made in America in my head right now. Sloggers. That's the one that was made in America.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at this week because I bought some new sloggers. Danny and I are getting to where we are paying more attention to what's made in the USA.
Yes, we're paying attention to what's made in
And,
America. We don't know more. We don't want no more slant eye stuff.
We get, I mean, of course, plastics, metal,
Yeah, I
everything
mean, there's some
comes,
things.
you're
Yeah,
just gonna get. But if you can, buy American
buy
made.
American made.
That's just one of I saw one of my friends on Facebook. She's really promoting all the American made products. She's in Texas and she promotes the American made products she knows of in her area. And I think that's a good thing. And then we've got other places like here in Mississippi. One of them is promoting Mississippi farmers. And it's showing if you have something for sale. What is it called? Do you remember?
It's just an agricultural thing where they're actually promoting homegrown people.
Homegrown food.
They're trying to connect the farmer with the local people, so that you don't have to go through any agency or anything like that.
And you don't have to go to a farmer's market.
No, they do ask that you register your farm online, though.
Yeah, that is the one.
That's the one drawback that Wanda and I is not quite comfortable with yet. But let me say this. Anyone who lives anywhere within driving distance of us, let me put it that way, contact us, because there's times we have potatoes, cucumbers, squash, things like that we just have too many of to do anything with at any one time. And if you're interested in a few of them, blueberries is going to be another one probably, that we would be more than happy to sell you some, and so that you know that they're grown right.
Yeah, because we're starting to collect up enough that squash, there's only so many squash we're going to need.
Yeah.
Because I have squash left from last year. Actually, I used some squash from 2 or 3 years ago in a casserole a couple of days ago. So I put up enough squash this year to replace the older. And that's the way I rotate out my stuff. And it's coming to a point that these gigantic, we've got pictures.
No, we don't have any trouble with our cooktop. Jackie asked, do we have any trouble with our cooktop?
No,
the answer is no.
No. And
not yet, anyway.
So, but that's, that's how we.
Grandma Rose said it's through the Mississippi Market Bulletin.
Yeah, that is one of them that you can use. But there's something on Facebook that's the same, is similar.
Driving distance, we drove there, but it took 3 days, laugh out loud.
Well, you can drive for blueberries, sure. Come on. But we have squash. We're gonna cucumbers right now. Somebody needs cucumbers, and you're close. Let me know. We've got this 12+ foot tree that's promoting our. We got a
refrigerator right now full of cucumbers.
I'm sorry. There's only so much relish a person can eat.
You can only do 3 plants have blown us away.
Yeah, I'm just shocked.
And I probably need to pick them tomorrow, and the ones in the fields probably got some on them. I mean,
Yeah, I do can my squash. All right, so we put up the video of Danny's spaghetti squash. You want to tell them a little bit about what we're going to do with them, I guess, because that's probably the most important question we've had.
Well, everybody asking us, are we going to can them? Are we going to freeze them? Are we going to do anything like this? No. The answer is no. With a spaghetti squash, it's just like any other winter squash or any pumpkin. The longer you cut the stem on it, the longer it will last. And we're going to wait as long as we can until they get as hard as they can. And if they're not rotten, or if it don't go to raining or something like that, and then we're going to take and once they're fully mature, we will harvest them and bring them in and keep them in a controlled climate. And hopefully they'll last most of the winter.
All right, Gemini has the link to my cannon squash here. Somebody asked how long. I do 40 minutes. I don't do raw packed squash. I put my squash in boiling water for about 1 to 2 minutes just to seal in the flavor and the color. Then I take it out and pack it after that. So I hot pack squash. And then I do it for 40 minutes.
We had someone there mentioning they just got to eat a Cherokee tan pumpkin that they planted last summer. That's how long they will last if you harvest them right.
Yes, they will. Oh, speaking of Cherokee tans, look at this, guys.
Look at this.
I know they're not big, and I don't even know what the flavor will be, but our old greenhouse out at the barn, we had a vine that Danny planted in the. When did you plant it?
Gosh, I don't know. It was last summer sometime.
No, it was
last fall. It was last fall.
No, you planted it in the winter because it just started growing really
Well,
good.
anything before Christmas is fall.
It was right around Christmas.
Yeah, so it's last fall.
Okay, so
Christmas
anyway, around
winter
Christmas,
don't start till December 21st.
he tried this squash in the greenhouse in the winter, basically. We're growing a Cherokee tan. It ran out the pot at the door, went down the side, all the way down the side of the greenhouse, and was coming back around when it got so hot that it could not function in the greenhouse. But we have 2 small pumpkins that did get ripe. Well, I don't know if they're ripe, but they changed colors.
They changed colors anyway.
And I don't know if there'd be any seed, but we could eat them. That's all I know. So it is possible to grow a Cherokee tan pumpkin in a greenhouse. You just can't let it get too hot.
Oh, Hall Stool have done it all the time.
Yeah, theirs were all.
Yeah.
Theirs looked great. So we named the greenhouse the new greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody would guess what we named it. We got a video coming out this week that we're going to tell it again.
We're going to tell it again.
But I told Danny, I said, we have to tell them the name.
We probably have to tell it tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our last name is King. And we are believers. So rather than calling it Kingdom, because it's like when you go into our greenhouse, it's like going into the Garden of Eden. I mean, it is so luscious, so beautiful. It's just breathtaking when you go in, especially if you go in at night with the lights on.
He's eating pecans.
Yeah, I eat pecans, blueberries. I have all that sitting here beside me. So instead of calling it Kingdom, because it's in a dome shape, we're calling it Kingdom.
The Kingdom.
Yeah.
That's our name for the new greenhouse, because I'm wanting to get a sign, and I'm thinking I'm going to talk to Dale this week about it and see what it's going to cost me but I've got to have a design. I can't just put Kingdom in letters up there. I've got to have some type of design.
You got to have a design.
So if anybody does designs and can give me some kind of design, shoot it to me in an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com, and we'll consider all types of designs for the Kingdom. That's what I want to call it.
Not kink, king.
K-I-N-G.
K-I-N-G. Probably a typo error. King's Paradise. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Well, it's Kingdom.
It's Kingdom. And we are enjoying our greenhouse, guys. I'm going to tell you. I cannot encourage you guys enough to really consider looking into a greenhouse, because I got a video. High tunnel, whatever. I mean, look, let's just be realistic about this. We go out, we spend $20,000 or $30,000, $15,000 on an automobile that's only going to last 4 or 5 years, and then we have to pay insurance on it. We have to pay all the upkeep on it. We got to put gas in it. We got to do all these things.
Or a boat.
Or a boat, or a four-wheeler, or a gator, or, something to this nature.
Or you go on vacation.
Or we take a vacation a couple of times a year, or one time a year, and we spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a vacation. Guys, you can buy a nice greenhouse for $3,000 easy.
Or less if you
want a smaller one.
So
why not invest in your food? And I got a video on this already. I don't know why I'm sitting here talking about it. I'm going to give my video away. But invest in your food, because food is your future. It is going to be your life.
Yeah. And wherever you get, whatever size, it doesn't matter. I have a mini greenhouse out here that I have been growing some stuff in. I have a GreenStalk in the middle, and I put the plastic on in the winter, and I take the plastic off in the summer. I've been growing, right now I have bell peppers. I have bell peppers they're squinchy, they're little, but they're big around. I don't know why they didn't get long.
The variety, probably.
It could be.
Or it might be the variety.
And I've got tomatoes on there. I've got tomatoes about this big. I've got chard that is looking awesome. I've eaten chard all summer. I took the onions and stuff out. I just planted some beans in there. I have little beans that have already come on. They're this long. It's doable. Over at the cabin, I've got a strawberry plant. I've got pepper plants. I've got beans over there. It's doable to grow in a mini greenhouse something, even if it's microgreens or lettuce or whatever.
Question come up, there's a lot of rain up there and they get a lot of black stuff on the back of their plants and stuff like this. Is it mold? I won't know unless I actually see a picture of it. I can't answer it till I see it, you know.
Red Duchess says they're building more greenhouses this year. Yes.
Well, with details coming.
They know how to grow.
Well, I mean, I'm just being honest with you. With the grand solar minimum is upon us. It's going to solar cycle 25. There's an argument about it. Some say it's going to start this fall. I believe it's already started. I've counted the number of sunspots and looked at it. I think it's already started. Solar cycle 25 is going to plunge us off the deep end with weather and coolness and different things. It's going to really screw up our ability to grow food. That's why we're going to need a greenhouse to get it where we can control it. And guys, we're all getting stimulus checks. I mean,
that's what Diane says. She's using her stimulus check.
Go ahead, take your stimulus check and get you something that will preserve your life, I guess you might say.
Yeah. Well, it's according to how you take care of it and things like that. I've had this mini. It costs less than $100. I've had it 2 winters. Okay. If you get 2 to 3 winters out of, because I take the plastic off and I put shade cloth over my GreenStalk during the summer. Anything is worth it if you take care of it. If you leave it out in the sun all the time, like the plastic during the summer, the hot summer, yes, it will ruin it in 1 year. You get 1 year, that's it, you're done. Like us, our big greenhouse, we just put shade cloth over it. That will protect that plastic. We're hoping for 4 to 5 years, maybe. Yeah. Unless a storm comes, and then you don't know when a storm comes. Have white trails on the leaves.
What
all
is
peppers. I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that. I did read something here a while back about white spots on leaves, and for the likes of me right now, it's just not going through my mind because I'm looking at all the questions coming up here. But let me, Eagle Lover, when I find that out, I probably will try to let you know. D says we don't get stimulus.
And notice that they had to pay taxes. Well, we're working on our taxes.
Our taxes, we don't know yet, but I'm sure it's not going to be good.
Yeah, that's always a touchy subject. It always has been for me because I worked in an office, dealt with taxes, and anytime you deal with taxes, you're always on.
There's a question being asked I got to go look at to answer it. So just keep. I'll be back in just a second.
He's going to find the answer to somebody's question. So in the office, I did quarter taxes, year-end taxes, payroll taxes, all kinds of taxes, and I was always on end and just nervous as all get out till it was over. And so even now, personal taxes, until it's done, I'm going to be going, just because you don't know what they've changed and what they've got going on.
Okay, to the question is asked, what kind of cooktop do we have? We have a Kenmore self-cleaning oven. It's a whole oven. It's not just a cooktop, it's an oven. And it's a Kenmore self-cleaning. It's a 30-inch wide, I believe it is. Yeah.
Okay, so Bama wants to know, what is the percentage of the shade cloth?
40%. We've tried all of them. 40 works best for us here.
Yeah, well, you have to gauge where you're at and how much sun comes in, but we get a lot of hot sun during the summer.
Yeah, food prices this fall and this winter, right before the elections and all, is really, I mean, I'm talking about especially after the elections, is really going to skyrocket, specifically beef and stuff like that. And then with the spring that we're going to have next year and the crazy weather they're talking about, guys, greenhouses is going to be the only way to go.
Yeah. And so I see a lot of people are saying they're getting their gardening stuff, they're getting their seeds, their fertilized, their tools.
Yeah.
For those of you that can't garden, I do suggest that you you prep something, some kind of foods and water and stuff. Some of this food isn't even good without water, so you do want to have water. But I ordered from Patriot Supply this week a starter kit so I can see what Patriot Supply tastes like. That was my thing. I can't tell you to order anything that I've never tried. So
Okay.
I will be trying Patriot Supply soon.
You want to know what size is my greenhouse, not my high tunnel. We have a greenhouse on the back of our shop that is actually 10 by 20.
And
which
it has
is
polycarbonate panels.
It has polycarbonate panels on it, which is great in the wintertime. But in the spring and summer, it's not worth knocking in the head.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Did we go through the pictures?
No, you just
we did that one.
did that one.
Okay. You want to talk about those?
This is rattlesnake beans. I ran out of cattle panels, so I went out in the woods and I chopped down little long, slender trees, and I brought them up and I zip tied them together. It took 100 zip ties to zip tie all these things together.
Only you would know the number.
Boy, I just knew I had 100 pack of zip ties, and I had none left when I finished, so it took 100 of them. And the pole beans don't care. The rattlesnake beans, they don't care what they're running
They're
up.
already taller than the poles.
They're already tall as I am.
Yes. And
this is the squash, guys. I want you to look at these squash.
look at the size of these leaves and the color. And there's no bugs, no squash.
No squash vine
borers.
borers, nothing yet. No pickle worms, nothing yet. These things, some of these leaves are 2 feet in diameter. They are huge.
I mean, this is Danny's pride and joy is those squash, and they are making like crazy. All right, let me go up to number 5.
You gotta click the icon.
Okay, so
This is the tomatoes. Now, I mean, guys, right now, the way it looks, I had one tomato plant a while ago. I came in, that's what I was doing a while ago, was tying tomatoes. One tomato plant had 24 tomatoes on it.
yeah, somebody's asking what kind of greenhouse they want. One similar to ours. What was it called?
Ours is a 7-foot high sidewall high tunnel from Grower Solution. We turned it into a greenhouse. Now, high tunnel and greenhouse are totally different, but we took a high tunnel and turned it into a greenhouse.
Okay.
Peaches and cream corn. Today, Miss Wanda and I, we took and literally harvested our peaches and cream corn today. We harvested about
50 years.
50 years, I believe it was. We only got like 600 more to go.
Thank you, Mott family.
And we made cream style corn today.
And ate some. It was awesome. This is Grandpa's fig.
Look at my figs that my grandpa left me. Now, this actually was my great grandfather's fig tree.
Yes, this thing is. I mean, in the palm of my hand, it is huge. It's bigger than. I don't even know, what is it? Bigger than a golf ball?
Oh, it's way bigger than a golf ball.
About twice the size of a golf ball, I guess you would say.
I have about 100. I don't know. Well, we're probably close to 200 tomato plants now, ain't we?
At least 150.
We got at least 150. Look at this, guys. This is the sunflowers.
Yes, this is my sunflowers.
I mean, look at these things, guys. They are already.
I thought I was higher up. Okay.
You got to get on the icon. There we go. Yeah.
They're already tall. Does anybody know what kind of bloom this is?
Yes. Take a guess.
Anybody? I'm always curious at people that grow stuff, how many of you actually know what a flower looks like or what a plant looks like and can identify it before it puts any fruit on.
What kind of fig? We don't know the kind of fig. My grandfather told me it came from China. It's one of the original trees from China, so I have no clue.
It's like
it's big, though.
It's a big giant fig, and it produces twice a year. It's actually got 2 different sizes on it right now. A tennis ball. Yeah, it's almost the size of a
Yeah.
tennis ball. Okay, nobody said what kind of flower
Well,
this
they
is
got a
yet.
lag time, so you gotta give them a.
Okra. Okay.
Yeah, everybody.
Sam, SAJ.
14.
Yeah.
414.
It is okra.
Yeah. It is okra. We have okra blooming right now.
We're excited because Danny started that in a seed tray.
I did.
And then planted it.
I've never started okra in seed trays and replanted them. I had a 100% stand. I mean, it worked perfect.
Yeah. So
I will be planting okra that way from now on.
Yeah. And see, I like to, that was one of the things I wanted to do at the gathering is I wanted to have several seeds there and see who could identify from, I was going to get a panel of like 4 or 5 homesteaders that was there and put seeds there and see how many of them knew exactly what kind of seed it was, because it's funny to watch people not know about certain plants and just glancing at something to know what it is. Sometimes it's very difficult.
One person there said, Dexter? Yeah, Dexter said he thought it was a hibiscus. Okra is in the hibiscus family.
It is, yes. It looks like it. All right, there's me with my armload of corn.
Yeah, there's one that got an armload of corn this morning from where we picked corn.
And I don't remember. Okay, that was the cows eating corn. Okay, so we're through with the pictures. And thank you, Mike. I think I told him that a while ago, but
yeah. We're thankful.
Okra is beautiful.
Okra is very beautiful. The flowers are so pretty if you just stop and take time to look at them.
Well, anything, even peas, beans, everything puts on a beautiful flower if you just pay attention. Yeah, it is a tree frog.
Yeah, it is a tree frog. Yeah.
A lot of herd on.
Oh, last night was unreal about how loud they were.
Danny was laying on the couch and I had the windows open. He goes, they're just getting louder and louder.
Cheap heirloom seeds available somewhere. I forgot. I couldn't really read what it was.
Yeah, I can't read.
How much behind you is Kansas? How long can you grow? We can grow about 265 days out of the year. Now that we have a greenhouse, we can grow 365 days a year.
Yeah.
But Kansas is probably 2 weeks behind us, or 3 weeks.
How many corns grow on a stalk? Usually 2.
2, yeah. And you can get 7 ears off of some of it.
That's unusual, though.
It's not too late to plant asparagus, Stacy. Stacy's asking the question, is it too late to plant asparagus? The answer is no.
Cotton flowers are beautiful. Yes, I usually plant some cotton, but due to all the potatoes that we planted this year, I didn't get that done. So I didn't get any cotton planted. But we harvested some potatoes this time. Now, we didn't like the red Norlands. I'm going to just tell y'all I did not like them. Y'all may like them. But here, the heat caused the skin to dry out. They're tough. I have to peel the little things. I don't like them. We harvested some potatoes this week. We got a video coming up, and I'm not going to give it away, but we are in love with that potato, aren't we?
Yep.
My favorite.
Are peaches and cream shorter ears? The question's being asked. Yes, with us, in our climate, they're a lot shorter than what the normal ears are.
Yeah, they were real small.
Do you think that landscape fabric you got down helped on the growth of the plant? Yes.
Onions, yes.
With onions, squash, tomatoes, anything like that, the landscape fabric that we have down, or the row cover, ground cover, not row cover, ground cover, definitely has made a difference because it stays damp and moist under it. You would think because it's black it would get hot, but it really doesn't.
How much land to grow for 3 people?
Well, if you go back and look at the agriculture department, used to say 2 acres per person in the family. But I think that with our intensive growing today, I think that's a little much. Wanda and I, the 2 of us, we plant probably, what do you think we probably plant? 2 acres?
Altogether, yeah.
Altogether, probably have about 2 acres of garden for the both of us, and we can kick it in high gear with that, with 2 acres for 2 people.
Yeah. And 2, we plant, I mean, just like the sweet potatoes, We plant a lot of sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Because he eats a lot of sweet
I
potatoes.
eat sweet potatoes every day.
And when they're fresh, I make fries. We eat sweet potato fries like crazy fresh. We bake potatoes. I use them in stir fry. We use a lot of sweet potatoes. If what we think is coming, all I can tell y'all is if you can grow a sweet potato, grow it in a pot, grow it in the ground, grow some sweet potatoes somewhere, buy them if you can. It doesn't matter. Can them. I've got them canned because sweet potatoes is a superfood. And you want to be looking for superfoods that will give you the nutrition you need. And that is one of them.
Yeah, so sweet potatoes is definitely a superfood. It's a good cancer fighter, too. Sweet potatoes alkalinizes the body. There's been, gosh, all these questions that went by, guys. I'm so sorry. I can't keep them all in my head.
How long does the potato store in your cellar?
Probably about
4 months?
4 months maximum.
Because our cellar still stays close to 80 degrees in the midsummer. And so when it starts getting that hot, our potatoes kind of, meh.
Yes, we can plant sweet potatoes in the same soil that our Irish potatoes was planted in, our red potatoes, because actually a sweet potato is not classified in the same family. The sweet potato is in the morning glory family.
We have 10 acres, and somebody asked, do we have a problem with worms in the sweet potatoes?
We don't have any problem with worms in the sweet potatoes, and it's not too late to plant right now. People want to know about what size containers we have. They're 25-gallon containers.
And how to make slips. We've got a video coming up showing the slip bed that Danny started.
Yeah.
We are not an advocate of putting it in a glass and having water.
I do not believe putting them in water.
2 or 3, okay.
Yeah, if you're looking for a couple of slips, that may be fine.
But we
grow hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Close to 1,000, and literally 2 4 foot by 4 foot beds. I can do all I need to do in the ground. God put potatoes in the ground. He didn't put them in jars. What are your thoughts on a food forest? Wanda and I
are creating one.
Our whole place is being set up based on permaculture right now because I'm a strong advocate of permaculture. Once a place is designed right and you have the permaculture in place, it takes about 5 years to actually see a benefit from it.
Yeah.
But once you have it in place, the maintenance is almost non-existent because it takes care of itself. Now, there may be a few weeds you have to take care of here and there, but
cut some grass occasionally.
You just cut a little grass occasionally. The rest of it's good to go.
Somebody said they bought slips and they were very poor condition. We saw them in our local feed store and they were awful. And we bought them last year from the feed store. The ones Danny grew and planted, our slips, did fabulous. Every slip we bought from the store died. I don't think we had any last year that worked.
You can put your sweet potato in dirt. That is the only way to plant a sweet potato is in the dirt. Do not put it in a jar. Put yours in the ground and they will grow slips. Now, you must break the slips off of the sweet potato. If you just put the sweet potato in the ground, it will not grow sweet potatoes. It will only grow vines. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 2-step process. Always know that because sweet potatoes and Irish potatoes are 2 different things. Not connected.
Right.
Potatoes are $5.99 a pound. Whoa.
Whoa.
Jeez. Well, we don't buy potatoes ever, so I wouldn't know the price of potatoes, but by the time we finish digging over the next week or so, there's going to be some potatoes for sale because I can't can
We can't can all of our potatoes
and
this year.
I can't store as many.
If you like blue potatoes, not sweet potatoes.
Well, let's see how many we have
but
first.
Blue potatoes. You need to contact us with an email and let us know if you're interested in them because we probably will have too many blue potatoes this year.
I'm going to use the blue ones we hadn't really harvested any. We harvested one time and I sent some home with my daughter and her kids loved them. And I'm going to use them as fries and stuff like that. I don't think I'll be canning blue tomatoes. I think I'll can one thing of them just to see what it looks like and to try them. But I'm not sure about canning blue potatoes. That's
I'm
just
not
kind
sure
of
about canning anything that's blue. But yes, your sweet potatoes does not have to have eyes on it to plant. Just put the potato under the ground about 4 to 6 inches under the dirt. Make sure it's in a warm spot, it stays moist, and it may take a couple, 3 weeks, but the slips will eventually come out.
Barbara's wanting to know about companion planting like asparagus and strawberries. Yes.
Yes.
Our greenhouse is all about a companion planting. That's what we're doing. We've got herbs mixed in with the plants. We've got all of it together just to see what will grow in the greenhouse. That's the way we're just experimenting right now.
Sometimes it takes up to 2, sometimes 3 weeks to get slips out of the ground.
Sharon wants to know, can you grow sweet potatoes during the winter?
No.
They usually come out before fall.
Yeah, they come out before fall. Freezes and frosts will kill sweet potatoes.
Have you ever planted the bantam corn?
Yes, it is a sweet corn. It is an heirloom sweet corn. I have planted them. I have planted the Stoil Evergreen. Matter of fact, we have Stoil Evergreen seeds in our freezer now because we plant that every year up until this year, and then we save our seeds.
All right, Day Night has said this, I think twice now. I saw it before. The greenhouse, Rapunzel cherry tomatoes. We have what we call a blue tomato. It's what's it called? Indigo series.
We have several different
I'm
varieties.
going to be planting the blue tomatoes in there. They're little small tomatoes. I don't want to cross them with something else because we do have the yellow pear too. Do you make a syrup from the peaches? No, we usually can peaches.
We usually just can them, eat them
I
whole.
make peach jam. Jelly, sorry, from the peach skins. And that video is over on Crazy Days.
Have we ever planted glass gem corn? No, I have never planted it. I've never had a desire to because it really doesn't make a big enough ear for us. I just don't. And guys, look, if you're interested in planting sweet potatoes, I have a sweet potato manual that I've written. You can go over to.
I don't think there's any on Etsy right now.
There may not be none on Etsy right now, but we have them printed all the time. So
I will try to put some more up.
Keep watching. If you like growing English peas, I have a book I wrote on English peas and the growing English peas also on our Etsy store. So deepsouthhomestead.etsy.com.
If it's not there tonight, give me time to get it up.
We'll put some up.
Let me write up myself a note. Let me just make myself a note and I'll forget because it's.
We'll make videos all the time. Questions been asked. We plan on making videos about food and saving foods and canning foods and saving it.
We've been doing this for 5 years.
We've been doing this for 5 years. We got almost 2,000 or 3,000 videos up about all this. So yes, we probably will continue to do it.
Close to 2,000 videos, I think.
Where is our greenhouse or high tunnel from? Grower Solutions. Use the promo code DEEPSOUTH. Get 10% off of one purchase only. So if you're going to purchase a greenhouse, use it for that. You get 10% off. We get nothing. It's just a deal I cut with Grower Solutions to help out my subscribers.
Potatoes that are not sweet are Irish potatoes.
If you want to call it that, but not necessarily true because white sweet potatoes aren't sweet.
Yeah, blue sweet potatoes aren't sweet.
Any recommendations on what to plant in a new herb plot?
Basil, rosemary, oregano, thyme. Those are my go-tos. I also have what I call pineapple sage. I would plant some type of sage, but I have pineapple sage. I just like it.
We usually get 2 years on the Stoil Evergreen, Grandma Rose.
Yeah. I would say put you some aloe vera in your herb garden. If you can get moringa, I would add moringa to it. It's a good, healthy thing to have. What else?
Wait, somebody.
Sweet potato slips on Etsy.
What?
Will you be putting any? No.
Guys, we can't do it. Mississippi has rules right now about sweet potato slips being sold or purchased through the state of Mississippi because of some kind of virus or something. They want you to be state certified and all, and I'm not going to do that. So we won't be able to do that. And
they changed it recently.
Lots of people ask us about seeds. Where do we get our seeds? We don't buy a lot of seeds, but when we do go for seeds, we go to Hoss Tool.
Yeah.
We've tried Baker Creek. Baker Creek has always not 100% time failed for us, but they're different. They're in a different climate. They just never have done good for us. Now, some of Baker Creek's did okay, but we've had a lot of failure with Baker Creek seeds. And so far with Hoss Tool, we've only had a couple of different things that's failed, but probably 95% of everything we've got through Hall's Tool has done good, with the exception here at our location. Bella Rosa tomatoes do not do good.
I'm trying.
Ms. Wanda's trying, but I tried last year, failed at the Bella Rosa. Ms. Wanda's trying to see if she can get some to do good this year, but it's all about variety and where you live at. You know, I've got some corn that I grew through Baker's Creek that did pretty good, but I've tried a lot of other stuff.
The yellow wax beans through the Cherokee yellow wax beans we have from Gurney's.
Now
awesome.
they done awesome from Gurney's, but it all depends on what you're looking to grow in your climate, you know. And
it's got to be what grows in your climate, and
yeah,
that's something that we struggle with. Somebody asked about the steamer. I think mine is through Home Pro. It's off Amazon. It is a base that holds water. You sit a steamer basket on, well, you sit a funnel basket on it, and then the steamer pot on top. You put your fruit or your veggies or your meat in the top, and the juice steams down into the center pot, and you drain it off. It's all juice. It's wonderful. I can't say enough about the juicer steamer.
Do we have a moringa tree? We have several moringa trees, as a matter of fact.
I'm about to let one go. I had to go water it. It's in the old greenhouse, and it gets too hot. It has been in there for over a year. It overwintered, and I want to dig it up and take it to the cabin. We just haven't got it there yet.
Firefly Dreams, is okra better transplanted or direct sow? We have better luck transplanting. We use the Hall's Tool transplant and seed tray because the way it's made, it forces all the roots to go straight down. And we have had 100% success with transplanting okra. And we fertilize, we mix our fertilization in the ground before we plant our okra. We amend it in the soil, let me say. And we don't fertilize it again after that.
Yeah, and somebody was asking about with the herb garden. Deal is another one. Somebody mentioned yarrow. We have yarrow in the backgrounds, the backyard. Yeah. So I don't have it in my herb garden. But I have more yarrow than you can imagine. We can't kill this stuff. So I have plenty of yarrow, but it's not in my herb garden.
Jackie says, can you plant a sweet potato you buy at the grocery store? Yes, I don't see any reason why you couldn't.
And we do not plant rice.
No, we don't grow rice. It's not wet enough here to plant rice.
No, it's usually dry.
Yeah. That's kind of funny. I planted 60 Brandywine tomatoes to plants today. Brandywine done pretty good for me one year here. It really did. Do you have any videos or suggestions on powdery mildew sprays? You can use milk and baking soda. They work out pretty good. You just have to go online and look up the mixtures because I don't have it right on the top of my head right now, but they do pretty good.
Stacy says some moringas are struggling.
Moringas can't take cool weather.
They do good in heat, but they don't like to be soaking wet. And they do like some moisture, but I've let mine get too dry, so I had to really water today.
Where do we buy tropical plants such as moringa? We bought the seeds and grew our own trees.
Yes. Why did you build a cabin when you have a house? I'm sorry, I'm new. Well, Danny and I do not travel.
We don't travel.
So we are here all the time. The house is where we work. We are busy from daylight till dark. We never had a vacation. We did have one. We went to Tennessee.
That was to the conference a few years ago.
And it was getting to the point that we needed to slow down. And it was really hard. We thought about buying a place somewhere else and having a cabin we could get away to. But if you live on a homestead, you know there's no getting away.
Right.
And so it wasn't feasible for us to buy land an hour and a half away, having to get up, drive there, build a cabin, come back, try to take care of stuff. It was too much. So on the back of our property, we have 10 acres. Is some woods. It was wooded. He's cleaning out around it somewhat. And so he's building a fruit orchard around the house, the cabin.
Permaculture.
And so we get up every morning. We go to the back of our property when we're working on the cabin, and we work on the cabin. And we've got it where we can stay over there. When we get, one of us looks at the other and says, hey, let's go to the cabin. We know we're tired. We don't want to see the computers anymore. We don't have we don't have computers unless I need to edit, and I usually do not take anything with me over there. No computer, no phone. Well, the phone goes, but it don't work.
It won't work. Yeah.
And we go over there. There's until recently our light. Danny managed to get lights hooked to a what's it called?
It's called a power station.
Yeah. So we have lights run off a power station that has to be recharged, and he got water over there this week, and we're excited. So when we go over there, it is a comfortable, quiet, peaceful place.
Yep.
It's something we can relax for a little bit and then just enjoy. So that is why we built the cabin. It is our vacation. Instead of spending money going somewhere, we spend money to stay home.
Do we fear everyone knowing where we reside if the country collapses economically? No, I really don't. I spent 9 years of my life as a shooter. I pretty much believe I may not be able to stop everybody, but
between the neighbors, I think.
Between my neighbors and me.
Thank you, Barbara.
You know.
Thank you, Mike. I saw that again.
I don't care if it's 600 yards, 800 yards away.
I'm a pretty good shooter. I mean,
if I can keep it in my eyesight, it's going down.
I'm pretty good at.
Wanda's pretty good. Actually, when I took Wanda to get the concealed carry permits, or advanced concealed carry permits, let me say, actually, I just picked I'm the kind of person, I've been a shooter my whole life. I just picked the pistol up, said pop, 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 at the target. And then Wanda took her time. She actually outshot me. But I knew I was going to hit the target right anyway. I didn't care. As long as you're inside the circles, that's all that matters. And I just popped my shots out right quick.
Eric said he harvested 500 pounds of potatoes today. Yes.
Whoa, yeah. We'll probably be close to that.
We're harvesting away.
We're harvesting away right now.
Corn kind of got in the way today.
Yeah.
I love it when people get good harvest.
I love it when they get good harvest. That tells me that other people out there are being very successful. And might I mention, about going back to that question a while ago, we worried about someone knowing where we're at. We have battery operated cameras everywhere. We have all kind of monitoring systems. If anything moves on my property, I know it in my house, and I know where it's at on the property when it moves.
I don't think people really want to come back here.
I don't think you want to come here, to be honest.
Not just.
If you're invited, it's funny. If you're invited, that's one thing. But
yeah, that's it. Hey, Jen. So we have a couple of things before we get off that we do want to remember. My Pampered Chef party. Go to. I think it's not in the description. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to go to Facebook. My Facebook. What do you call it?
Thank you, Terry.
Jen, can you pop it up, or Gemini, my Facebook thing for Pampered Chef, if y'all are interested. And for all of y'all that stayed to the end, we have a special gift for those that want.
Those who have hung in.
Well, for 6 people. Let me say that.
Yeah.
We got some.
Let's just straighten that up. For 6 people at the end of this program, there's going to be something special for 6 people.
Yeah.
There's also another surprise.
Oh, we forgot to tell them the whole purpose of the video.
I waited to the end on purpose.
I forgot.
Guys, let me tell you something. One of our big surprises here at Deepsouth Homestead.
Stay to the end for another surprise.
Stay to the very end for one of the other surprises. But
the big surprise.
But I told y'all the first of the year or last year that in 2020 you're going to see big changes coming to Deepsouth Homestead.
And they already have.
And a lot of changes have already come, but you're fixing to see another change coming to Deepsouth Homestead because I just purchased. Should I go ahead and tell them?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm working on something. Just go ahead.
I just purchased our second high tunnel from Grower Solutions. And I know a lot of people's probably going to jump back and go, oh my gosh, Grower Solutions is giving you all this stuff. Grower Solutions ain't giving me nothing. Okay? Let me just go ahead and say that.
They do work with us with a discount.
They do work with us with a discount, just like they do y'all. And we're able to purchase a few things through them at really good discounts. And that's why we cut the deal with y'all, with them. that if they would work with us and they would work with y'all, we would buy from them. If they would cut us a discount too. So we're able to get the discount just like y'all are. And it makes it where we can afford things because that little bit of percentage, believe it or not, makes a lot of difference. So we have now purchased a second 16 by 36 7-foot high sidewall high tunnel that will be.
But it's going to have some changes.
It'll have a few changes. We're
not going to give it away yet.
Not going to give it away, right? Yeah. But we'll be putting it up as the temperatures and our health allow it. It might be this fall before I actually get that thing put up. I don't know. But
we're going to try.
We're going to try to work on it as we have time, and try to see if we can't just make it happen. You know, I mean, I'm not going to push myself and.
Well,
you know,
somebody's asking, do we have another level place? Okay, the picture you saw, our thumbnail, that's where it's going.
That's
They're
where it's going.
Back-to-back greenhouses. The King Dome here, the Queen Dome here.
Yep.
They're back-to-back. There's a little bit of difference on the two, and we're not going to give it away now. We won't be showing probably day-to-day how to build it because we did that with the first one.
Yeah, we're not going to be showing that.
But we will in videos.
Now, I will say this. Our Patreons will see stuff that nobody else sees.
Yeah.
If you're a patron of Deep South Homestead, you'll get to see us as we build it. We'll put up clips of it and stuff like that.
Take shots.
Yeah, we'll take shots and we'll show you things in the cabin that we do. And our patrons get to see a lot of stuff that nobody else gets to see.
Yeah, they did get to see the kitchen cabinets and the bathroom this week on Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm going to show it on Deep South sometime, but we're not through. And on Patreon, I've just been throwing up so they can see the progress, because Patreon is a different venue, I guess you would say. And where on YouTube we make videos, Patreon I can throw up a picture, a short clip, things like that make it so much easier for me to run in and just show it than it does to shoot a whole video.
Okay, Diane says, what is the total length of the two greenhouses now? Well, it's 36 and 36 is 72, so it's going to be 72 feet of greenhouse now. 16
with the space in between.
With about an 8-foot space in between them. Yeah. We have a fig tree in between them there, and we're going to put a walkway in between them so we can go from one greenhouse to the next. The two greenhouses will serve two totally different purposes. So hang in there. I think that you're going to enjoy seeing what we can do, because the first greenhouse has been such a success so far. And with the grand solar minimum fixing to kick in next year, I wanted to go ahead and get another one in.
It did freeze up. I don't know if they're hearing us or not.
Oh, hang on.
They may be, but it did. Our chat froze up.
Our chat froze. I can fix that. It won't take me but just a minute.
So he's fixing the chat because it froze. But guys, it's going to be the whole backyard area is going to turn into, like you were saying, a food forest sort of kind of. It's just going to be a touch different from what some people think of as a food forest. But for us, we're turning the whole place into, from the time you come in the driveway on down to the cabin, everything is either a garden, fruits, nuts, berries, something everywhere you look. And what isn't that, it's pasture and it has cows in it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically how to put it.
If you have a bee bite on your foot, toothpaste works really well on a bee bite. How long will your grower solution discount code work? Donna, it's going to work until I tell them to stop it, I guess.
But you can only order one time and get the discount.
Yeah.
It's not like you can order every week and get the discount. It's a one-time purchase per person, I guess you would say, one per person.
Yeah, you can't just keep using it over and over and over, buying small things. You have to just make one purchase and go ahead and use it.
Yeah.
A lot of people said they froze. Ours froze up, so I had to refresh everything just then.
Okay, so somebody from India was asking about helping them do something, but our chat froze, so I can't see the name. Where did I see it? You'll have to ask the question again. How cold does it get normally in the winter?
Here we get down sometimes in
30s and 40s.
We stay in the 30s and 40s regular, but it does drop into the 15s, the teens, and the single digits one time. I remember once it was in the single digits, but wind chills drop way down a lot of times now.
And we get snow like every 3 to 4 years, except
Yeah.
1 year, year
before last, we got it twice before Christmas.
So that was unusual.
Yeah.
But usually we don't get any snow. I don't like snow, so it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
So let's see. Now,
all right.
The 6 people.
The 6 people, yes. Let's get that taken care of right quick.
All right. So before we get off, we got a couple of we got prayer requests and stuff, but you can start.
Yeah, go ahead and start putting your prayer requests up.
How do you join Patreon? It's Patreon, and it's Deep South Homestead on Patreon. And yeah, with those biodomes. See, I was thinking like biodomes. So that's why it's Kingdom and Queendom.
Mm.
That was my thought. I just didn't, the word bio didn't come to me. Okay, so most of you know that Ron Foster, he is a Southern prepper fiction writer. He sent me links this week for books that is audio books. So if you're interested in audio books, I have 6 to give away, which means you can sit and do anything you want to do. Just listen to the book. One of the books is called Road to Nowhere, and I'm reading on that book right now. So I have 3 of those to give away. And the other is Old Man and His Axe. I have 3 of those. And what I want you to do is the first 6 people that send me, thank you, Adler Farms, the first 6 people that send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com and say, I want these books, or I want a book, or whatever. 6 people. You get to listen for free. Several people here. Now, Eric from Life in Farmland. He did get his port, and he is recouping, but he's having a slow go of it. We do want to remember Eric, and y'all check out Life in Farmland. You keeping up with them? Okay.
Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and have our prayer, and then we're gonna jump off here. You did mention them what to do after the end.
Yes. Email me at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com if you would like an audio book. I think in my thing I said audible, audio.
Audio book.
So you can listen.
Okay. Father, we thank you so much for being so good to us. Today has really been a blessing to us. We thank you for all that you've done for us here at Deep South Homestead. And Lord, we know that that you can do this for everybody, Father. We pray diligently every day over our place, over our crops, and everything that we have here, Lord, our land, our animals, our trees. And we want to thank you and praise you for all that you've done here for us now. And we're just the hands behind everything, Father. You're the one who makes everything grow. You're the one who gives the increase. And Father, I ask for these blessings to be passed upon our subscribers here, the ones that's watching tonight that want these blessings. I pray that they can have them, Lord. And Father, I pray for those that are diligently out trying to grow their own food, Father. I pray that they can have the blessings that go from doing it. And I pray that they have a good harvest this year, Lord. I pray that the work of their hands might be blessed so that they have an increase from the work that they put into their gardens, Father. And Lord, there are those here tonight that are less fortunate, that don't have places to plant. And Father, we're actively trying to come up with solutions to help people who live in apartments and who live in places where they don't have the right to plant. Lord, we've looked at grow tents. We've looked at all these things trying to find solutions to help people out. And we pray that we can be a blessing in that area also, that everyone can be able to grow their own food now. And Father, there are those here tonight that are ill. I pray that their bodies can be healed. Some have sicknesses of all kinds. Lord, we know there's several types of sicknesses. We have physical illnesses. We have spiritual illnesses. We have mental illnesses, Lord. All these things need to be dealt with, and we pray your blessings upon each person who has requested tonight one of these. And Father, there are those that have lost loved ones, and I pray that they can have that void spot in their life filled, and Lord, that they can realize that life does go on in the loss of a spouse or the loss of a parent or a child. Lord, we just pray that they can find peace in the midst of what seems to be turmoil, Father. And Lord, those that are battling cancer, we pray for them that they can find healing for their bodies also. And Father, our leaders of our country, the more I hear on a daily basis, the less I trust anything. And I do pray that the leaders of our country, Lord, that you'll step into the scene, and Father, that you'll put good, wise, sound decisions in their minds so that they can make decisions that'll be best for our country, Father. And then just bless them, Father, if they make the right decisions. Lord, we do pray that this fall that you put the right people in office so that we can continue to enjoy the things that we do in our country. But if not, Lord, prepare us all for the uncertain days that lies ahead of us now. Go with each and every one of us. Lord, we want to be careful tonight to give you the honor, the praise, and the glory for everything in our lives and for all the increase that you've given us. We ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Okay, I forgot. Now, Nanny sent this to me, and she didn't know. I think she's had it since before the gathering.
Yeah.
This is
candy corn bag.
Yeah, but you put plastic bags in it. You fill this up all the way with plastic bags, and then when you need one, you just pull it out the bottom. I had been thinking about one for the cabin. I don't have one here either, but the cabin needed one because Danny and I use these plastic bags over there for different things. And so she didn't know that, but she sent it. So thank you, Nanny, for that. And
we used to go to Walmart and have plenty of Walmart bags,
we
but we ain't been to Walmart in what, 2 months now?
Almost 3.
Almost 3 months we hadn't been to Walmart, so we run out of plastic bags, I think, ain't we?
No, I had plenty.
We get them from the hardware store, I think.
Yeah, we're good. And the other thing is my cookbook. Where'd I go?
You had it right to start with. Right there.
All right, this is the cookbook I did originally, guys. I'm going to revamp it. We're going to have new recipes and stuff like that. I'm hoping to start on the cookbook this week. I don't know. With corn coming in, I'm not 100% sure. But I'm changing the title, changing the picture, adding more recipes, and it'll be bigger. And it probably will still be spiral because I like the spiral. And I think everybody else did too because you can open it up to the recipe and it stays. So cookbooks will be on pre-order within possibly a month and a half, somewhere along in there. We'll shoot for, I don't know if I'll make it in June, but we'll see.
We'll see.
It's according to how busy I get.
A lot of people saying they've had one of those bag holders for over 25 years now.
Yeah, and they last. The one, I thought we had one here, but I don't think so. It wasn't mine, so I don't know if it got thrown away or whatever, but I have a bag that has a whole bunch in it. And so I was thinking for the cabin, I need one of these so it goes in with my candy corn cabin because that's what we call our off-grid cabin.
That is true.
When you
don't go to the store, you don't have trash. That's correct. That is correct.
Y'all, we don't hardly have that much trash that has to go out.
It's funny. It's funny with us when we take our garbage up to the road to leave it. I look at all the garbage that the other neighbors bring up there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do these people eat? I mean, there's Hot Pocket things. I mean, and there's just pizzas and Coke bottles and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh my word, no wonder this nation is dying. And then I look at we got one little bag. Now, we'll usually have a lot of cardboard boxes because I'm in the process right now of stocking up on lots of stuff. And so I order my stuff in cardboard boxes from Amazon and from Walmart and all these different other companies that I can order from.
Wanda's getting stuff for the cabin.
Wanda's getting stuff for the cabin and things like that. And we go to town, we go to the hardware store, we buy stuff. So we have lots of boxes like tile and grout and concrete and there's all these things that we have up there, feed bags and stuff. But
But
it's,
not every time. Sometimes it's like one garbage bag.
yeah, but I'm talking about our household garbage is just
Yeah.
usually one garbage bag. That's it. And it's a small 30-gallon garbage bag for a whole week, you know.
Yeah. And everybody else has it just running out all over
I mean,
everywhere.
and I sit there, and you can't help but see what they put in the thing because it's right there in front of you. And I'm thinking, man, no wonder everybody's so unhealthy. All the junk they eat.
Lots and lots of garbage. Yeah. So, guys, hopefully I will have a few canning things in there. I'm going to not do the normal canning things because you can get a ball canning book. But I will put some of the canning recipes that I have, like my refrigerator pickles, my red hot pickles, probably the relish, how to can maybe something like pineapple and things like that I did that was unusual. And some of y'all blueberry syrup, things like that's different, I guess I should say.
Okay. Guys, we got to get off of here. The weather's probably fixing to move in here in the next little while, so I pray y'all have a great night. We've enjoyed spending time with you, and I pray that you'll have a blessed week. Keep your eyes open to Deep South Homestead this week. There's going to be a lot of good videos coming up. We're working on some pretty good ones right now, and our goal here at Deep South Homestead is to be able to teach you guys as much as we can from the things in which we learn here so that we're all able to grow a lot of food so that we can survive the coming problems that we're facing in our country and the shortages that we're going to be facing. So hang in there, guys. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to us. And do us a favor. Share us on other media so other people can share in the blessings that you enjoy and that we enjoy. So we love y'all, and we appreciate each and every one of you. And just remember, if you're interested in some cucumbers or some squash or potatoes or something like that, blueberries, and you live pretty close to us, shoot us an email. If we have some extra, we'd be more than happy to sell them to you. You know, because
yeah, and I know your daughter Jennifer asked about us going to your mom's and picking the blueberries there.
We're not going out there picking.
We're not going to be doing that, and ours will be limited.
Ours will be limited.
We won't have very many. But if we went out there and picked and had the time, we could sell all the blueberries anybody would want.
Yeah, but we don't have.
We don't have the time. And y'all check out all the people in the description that are in the sunflower challenge, our sunflower showdown.
Yeah.
And just pray that my sunflowers grow and grow and grow. That Danny gets a hold of them.
I'm gonna give them sunflowers.
The juice.
Sunflowers have a particular thing that they need, and
none of these guys have mentioned it yet, have
none of them have mentioned it, but sunflowers need one thing, and that one.
They're going to be scrambling for this one.
And that one thing, it will determine whether a sunflower is successful or not. And I'm gonna give it to Miss Wanda probably tomorrow.
Come on, guys. Y'all check them out.
Check them out, guys. Y'all have a blessed night.
Thank you from Deep South Homestead.